What's good, everybody? Sean Show Love Rosenberg in the building. Back at you with another video. Well, seems to me we got some new diss records. And it's coming from a West Coast legend, I would say, from the mid 2000s. And of course, you guys know what I'm talking about. Talking about the Game. So apparently, Game dropped his Gangsta Grills mixtape with DJ Drama, and apparently, Game decided to take some shots at Kendrick and maybe some alleged shots at Drake. We don't know. I haven't heard these diss records yet, but I may gonna have to check them out and probably check out the project too. Because I think this is a mixtape, by the way, because I know Game dropped, I believe he dropped his, what's it called? I believe he dropped his album Dramatic, I think in 2022. So this is the first time I think this is Game's project since he dropped his last album. I think this is his first project. And I think this is his first mixtape with partnering with DJ Drama, which is a Gangsta Grills mixtape. So yeah. So I haven't heard the disses yet, but I will potentially check them out probably sometime early or maybe late tomorrow night or early tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna have to check them out. But yeah, so I guess that's what's going on. I guess we potentially going to get a new rap battle. So shout out to the VILL. The VILL breaks it down perfectly, and let's go ahead and get into it. So without further ado, like I said, let's get into it. The VILL, take it away.
So it looks like the Game got everybody talking over the project that he had dropped with DJ Drama for Gangsta Grills. This album has 4 tracks that everybody is saying that the Game had dissed Kendrick on. And from what I'm hearing, I think it's true. I think he dissed Kendrick. I think he took shots at Drake also. And we're going to get down to the lyrics and see exactly what it is that he had said. Now, going based on the project in order, the first one that we're going to talk about is Chrome Hearts. That's the first track that you listen to where you hear the shots get taken in the first place. I don't turn down smoke. I don't turn up people's albums. First, guys were scared of my brother, so I started pulling up without him. Los Angeles King, give me a rooftop, I'll shout it. And the man you thought was king ain't going to do nothing about it. And this is directly at Kendrick. Kendrick coins himself king. Obviously, the man has gone in the full support of the West Coast. He said it in Control, king in the West, king of the coast, both hands, I juggle them both. He received the torch from Snoop Dogg and many others. The Game was there too. The Game was there. And now he's talking like this, which is crazy because he was somebody who added a few words when Kendrick got passed the torch. So we know that he's talking about Kendrick. He was there when they first announced it. And I don't know why he has to start some problems like this, bro. But what's crazy is that he's saying that he's king. Why go against the grain? It's kind of what I'm feeling. I know the Game represents the West just like Kendrick does. But it's always one thing to call yourself king. But when the public agrees with it, or when they're the ones that announce you, or when your peers or your OGs announce you, the person to run it, the person that is the one that's in favor, the artist that everyone agrees on, when we say this is the guy that is running things, this is the guy that we are putting on the forefront, and that is Kendrick Lamar. The Game could say what he wants, but it's not what everybody's going to agree with. The next song where he decided to take shots was in America's Nightmare. Right here, I believe he actually took shots at Drake and Kendrick at the same time. He says, chrome bins, chrome rims, riding around with this Drake, no friends, no spins, F the radio, F the clubs, F the Fashion Nova fit, F all the cap. And
okay, whoa. That's crazy. Okay, so yeah, well, let's continue.
Fake love, F the dap and fake hugs, F these ops and fake thugs, fake followers, fake streams, fake buzz, fake beefs on podcasts, fake Crips and fake Bloods, fake chains. All you do is rap and take drugs. Now, what I just read right now, I think this is in regards to Drake, what he talks about radio play, the clubs, not receiving it. Fashion Nova, I don't think Kendrick rocks Fashion Nova.
Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, these shots are definitely going at Drake and Kendrick. I listen. I have to agree with Ville on that part because it does sound like shots at Drake. Now I'm not gonna say they're full blown shots, but these could be. Even though he said Drake's name directly, but yeah, this does sound like shots. Like I said, I'm gonna have to check out these disses too. But yeah, this is crazy. But let's continue.
But he says Drake, and Drake has a song called No Friends, no new friends specifically. But obviously, this is to mention Drake after mentioning the radio, after mentioning all of this. He says fake followers, fake streams, fake buzz, fake beefs on podcasts, which the only person that I know who's beefing with a podcast is Joe Budden. Does the game know that some of the beefs in regards to these podcasts are fake? Or is he calling out other podcasts that do fake beefs? Y'all can let me know. But I know that we were just talking about flowers, right? With P. Diddy sending 50 Cent flowers. Drake had sent Joe Budden flowers at one point in time also. But there's been rumors that Drake was going to sit down with Joe Budden. We'll keep it alleged, but y'all can tell me how you feel about this. But for sure, he definitely mentioned the Drake. There is a Drake bar. But when he talks about fake streams and fake views, he could be referencing the situation with the beef involving Drake and Kendrick, the accusations of botting, farming, payola, and all that stuff, right? The next part of the song, he says, "What's a Grammy to a man like me spinning jets? And what's internet to a man who grew up without the internet? But I will log you off if you keep sending threats. Put 12 dots on you and park you like that guy in GNX." I
Oh
just think it's
yeah.
crazy how people always bring up the Grammys with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. This is clearly direct shots at Kendrick. These are shots. Put 12 dots on you and park you like that guy GNX. Of course, put 12 dots. Of course, if you guys don't know, Kendrick has 12 songs. Of course, Kendrick's album GNX has 12 songs. So I think that's what Game's reference. But yeah, I'm gonna have to check out these disses because this is crazy. Like, why is I get maybe it's I think the reason why Games is probably doing this dissing Kendrick because I think Games getting a lot of backlash for lying about all the lies about him potentially lie. I think him lying based on allegedly saying he was trying to sign Kendrick, that he tried to talk to Top Dog and then Punch from TDE saying, "Hey, let me get Kendrick as an artist," and Top declined and said no. And then I guess after that, people called him out for lying, and then I guess Game got him so much in his feelings, so Game was like, you know what? Instead of giving praise to Kendrick, I'm gonna actually beef with him and diss him. Like, Game just low key be lying, and he is low key bipolar. But yeah, I'm gonna have to check out these disses. Now, the bigger question is Kendrick Lamar gonna respond? I highly doubt it. I don't think Dot should give Game any attention because Game be doing a lot of weird things. Just recently, Game celebrated his birthday, and then he also, in a weird way, he was at a club, and then he gave a speech saying free Diddy and free R. Kelly, and I'm just like, all right, you know what? We get it, Game. You just want attention, but yeah. But this is weird by Game. I don't know why he's moving like this, but let's continue.
The Game is bringing up the Grammys. Drake with the beef with Kendrick, he brought up the Grammys. Everybody always brings up the Grammys.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people are bothered by the success that Kendrick has with the
That
Grammy nominations, with the Grammy awards, but
right.
but at certain points, it's like it's just an award, right? That's what they say at
Right.
the same time. So why do they always?
And that's the thing, and like I said, it goes back to what Joe Budden said a couple months ago when he said when he started the whole phrase, Kendrick is a Grammy darling, and I did a couple of videos on that. If you guys haven't seen my video of I'm tired of the narrative, the Grammy darling narrative, go ahead and check that out because that was the video when the Rory and Maul were talking about that. That was the video that shows that okay, you guys are trying to attack Kendrick. You're tired of his run and believing Kendrick is getting favoritism, but Kendrick's just putting in the work and delivering great music. That's that's what it is. I think people are just tired of Kendrick Lamar's reign and seeing him win. And like I said before, I even talked about this multiple times. I said I have no problem if the Clips, I said this, if the Clips win a Grammy for best rap album, and if Kendrick wins, like I said, I want the Clips to win a Grammy for their album Let God Sort Them Out. But I also want Kendrick to win Album of the Year for GNX, because that will be, because that I think like I said, Kendrick has won enough best rap albums from the last four albums, from To Pimp a Butterfly to Damn. Uh, um, what's the other? Wait. No, three. He actually won three best rap albums. I don't know why I said four. Three actually, from To Pimp a Butterfly to Damn, and then to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I don't think Kendrick needs to win another best rap album. I think he should go for more. I'm saying he should go for more Album of the Year. That's the album. That's the award that Kendrick should win for his album. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I hope Kendrick wins Album of the Year. Yeah, it just sickens me. And even Demiris from the Rory and Maul podcast said that she said, if Kendrick sweeps the Grammys and wins all nine, that's going to piss me off. That just shows that a lot of people are starting to hate on Kendrick. That it just more of the hate is coming towards Kendrick. But Kendrick seems not to care. Kendrick right now, like I said before in previous videos, he's living his best life. I've seen that Kendrick is currently finishing up the GNX tour. He's overseas in Australia right now, and I'm hearing rumors speculating that his GNX tour could be expanded until into next year in 2026. I don't know if that's true or not. And then I've seen some reports that Kendrick well recorded over 80 to 100 songs for the GNX album. I have to yet to check out that video because I want some inside information on that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely check out that video. But let's continue what the VILL has to say. Let's continue on. But like I said, I may have to check out these disses tomorrow.
Just make it a big deal. Why do they always have to act like they're not bothered? When someone says, I don't care about that, it makes you feel like you do care about that because you're bringing it up in the first place.
Right.
If you didn't care, you wouldn't bring it up at all. So I feel like this is the game trying to act unbothered about the situation, about not getting the credit. Again, him getting upset about not getting the credit is starting to be a repetitive thought listening to these songs. But then again, we get to the next song, which is exactly what we're talking about. He has a song called Left Out. And in this song, he's very aggressive. Like, if I could explain it to you, he's like upset. He's like very upset. And the chorus is explaining that they don't feel left out, that he don't feel left out, he don't feel left out, he don't feel left out. And he says, F your album, we don't want to hear it. I'm speaking in tongues, I got the spirit. Again, disrespecting an album that recently came out from the West Coast, which is GNX. Obvious tell sign that he is going at Kendrick. He says, F the man you said win. F both of you guys, now nobody wins. You follow trends, I'm going with the win. I don't want to hang with you guys, my arms in the rim. And what's a Vince Carter to Kobe? Even after I die, you can't hold me. Stop calling me bro. We ain't homies. And if you live on the coast, you owe me. For all the things I showed you, you're not Tyrese, you Jody. All that snapping around must be the veggies. I'm the only one whipping legends. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
What?
He takes shots at Kendrick.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out these songs because what the hell are you saying? Stop call you're not Tyrese, you Jody, like all that snooping around must be oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. Now I'm starting to have second thoughts if I even want to check out the disses. At first I wanted to, but now this is confusing. And what's a Vince Carter to a Kobe? All right, let's continue. Vill, just keep going, bro.
And Drake right here. He said, F the guy that you said wins. He said, F both of y'all. Now nobody wins, which is clearly talking about both of them right before saying F, G, and X. You follow trends. I'm going with the win. And I think right here, this bottom half is for Kendrick and Drake also. He says, and what's a Vince Carter to a Kobe? Vince Carter, as you know, played for the Raptors. Drake was there for his ceremony for when he retired. Kobe being from LA, playing for the Lakers. The game comparing himself to Kobe and talking about Drake as if he's Vince Carter.
Oh, wait. That's not. Wait a minute. I don't know about that because if you guys remember, Drake on the For All the Dogs, the Scary Hours edition, he had a song, I think it was the Red Button song, and Drake referenced Kobe Bryant in that song, and that was supposed to be a shot at Kendrick. Because, I think back in 2017 or 2016, Kendrick and Kobe Bryant did an interview with Complex, and then I guess the interview asked Kobe, who would you be in the rap, and who would Kendrick be in basketball? And Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, said that Kendrick will be him, and he'll be Kendrick. He'll, Kendrick would have been him in basketball, and Kobe Bryant said he would have been Kendrick in rap. Now, I don't know how true that is. No. Now, I do believe that narrative, what Kobe and Kendrick were doing, but saying Game could be Kobe, I don't believe that. I don't know about that part. But yeah, I think Game is just in his feelings. But let's continue.
At least that's what I'm thinking in my mind, right? Because why else would you bring somebody who played for the Toronto Raptors? Even after I die, you can't hold me. Stop calling me bro. We ain't homies. And then you think about the times, right? When the Game and Drake had did songs together also. Because not only did Kendrick and Game do songs, but Drake and the Game have done songs together. And he took him to Compton. He took him in his hood to record the videos. So he could be talking about both of these guys right here at the same time again. And if you live on the coast, you owe me, which in that point, he's talking about Kendrick. And then he says, you're not Tyrese, you're Jody, which is Baby Boy. Baby Boy is a West Coast movie. So this is a shot at Kendrick directly, comparing him to Jody instead of the real person that plays the part, Tyrese. And then, of course, he says, all that snooping around must be the veggies. This could be a reference to Squabble Up when Kendrick is saying, woke up looking for the broccoli, high key. So it could be that. It could be veggies, broccoli, Squabble Up. I'll let y'all guess that one. I'll let y'all decide on that one. But I think for sure he was taking shots at Drake and Kendrick here at the same time. The next song is So Contagious. And this one, he actually takes shots at SZA also and the rest of New York City while he was at it. In response back to Kendrick Lamar's Control verse. They talk that talk whenever blood walking. Tell them to shut the effing mouth whenever blood talking. Leave them in a pool of blood. Tell them to put them in a blood coffin. Switches get clips. People get hit. Bitches get hit. Tough guys tucked down, leaning like scissors and shit. Choppers on tour and they singing like SZA and shit. I'm the king of New York, meaning that y'all are local. I'm the king of LA, walking around this shit like Goku in an orange jumpsuit if that's the shit I gotta go through. Now, this, I think, is a response to Kendrick calling himself the king of the West again, king of New York, king of LA. This is what he did in Control. I think the Game is trying to call out New York at the same time while he's trying to take the LA spot from Kendrick Lamar, which I don't think that he can do it, bro. You got to do more than just say that you are.
Right. If this is a response to Kendrick's verse on Control, if you guys don't know, Kendrick on the bar on his Control verse, Kendrick said, I'm Machiavelli offspring. I'm the king of New York, king of the coast. One hand, I juggle them both. I think Game is trying to rebuttal that or respond to that, saying, you're not the king of New York. I am, and I'm the king of LA. Which is kind of hypocritical for you to say you the king of LA, but just numbers of years ago, when you and Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Corrupt were all on stage passing the torch to now all of a sudden you're basically saying you want to take the torch back. Like, we should have never gave this guy the torch. Like, Game is definitely in his feelings. I think he got upset that he got backlash for the criticism of being called out lying about him potentially wanting to sign Kendrick. I think Game did not like that. So I guess Game went back into the studio, probably changed some of the original bars on these songs and decided to turn them to diss form to go at Kendrick and some of the time go at Drake. I think Game is right now trying to go at the two biggest artists. But right now, Kendrick is the number one artist, and I don't know what's going on with Drake because Drake was supposed to drop. I know Drake is gearing up to drop his high anticipated album, Iceman. I did hear rumors that Iceman is supposed to sound like he's about to go the singing route, which it sounds like he's potentially could go to the Honestly Nevermind route. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna listen to that album. But yeah, Game is definitely in his feelings as it is. But let's continue.
You have to prove it and get others to believe that you are. And then he says he can't let bygones be bygones because these guys think that they Dylon, which is a classic skit from Dave Chappelle when he says, "What are your top five?" And he says, Dylon, Dylon, Dylon. So as long as other people from LA or New York think that they are the best, he has competition with y'all. He has a problem with y'all. It's up for everybody, for Kendrick, for Drake, for LA, for other people that think that they're better than him in LA, for other people that think they are better in New York. This is what he's thinking. This is what he's saying. And to be honest, the Game could say whatever he wants. But again, if you're trying to claim that you're the people's champ, the people have to agree with that. And it's not that you should care about what the people.
Yeah. Everything the VILL said, I kind of agree. Like Game, you can't claim yourself the people's champ because right now Kendrick is still on top. It is what it is. Like I said, I think Game is just in his feelings. Yeah, but we're gonna stop it right here. But let me know in the comments down below. What are y'all thoughts on this? Because like I said, I think Game's just feeling too much of the pressure of him getting backlash for lying about trying to sign Kendrick Lamar. I think that's what this is all about, and a lot of things that's happening. Of course, Games probably could be in his feelings for not, sometimes Games just be doing some weird stuff. But yeah, we're gonna end it right here. Like, share, comment let me slow down. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Also, follow me in my social media platforms above. Join the Discord as well. Leaving a link in the description down below. So, without further ado, see you guys in the next one. Deuces.